Yo, what's going on guys? It is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I have a Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion video. Yay! So, what are we talking about in today's discussion video? Basically, we are talking about the Gummy Ship World map for Kingdom Hearts 3. I know it's something very minuscule, but it's something that I sort of want to go over and talk about because I think it's quite an important part of Kingdom Hearts. Even though it's not overly a huge part of the game, I feel like it's definitely an important part, even though it's just so minuscule. So I wanted to give you guys an idea, sort of connecting it to another video game that I had in mind to connect the two up together. You guys might disagree with this idea, it's just an idea of my own. But so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video and let's get on with it. So obviously the sort of world map or the galaxy map for the worlds of Kingdom Hearts and the way you traverse between the worlds and select the different worlds has changed over the course of the different Kingdom Hearts games. Now if we go back to Kingdom Hearts 1, the sort of I suppose you could say Gummy Ship map or the world map was very basic. It was a 2D map and you just sort of selected what world you wanted to go to, whether you wanted to warp to it or, you know, go and take the Gummy route. But it was very basic. You couldn't fly your Gummy ship between the different worlds or anything like that. So obviously Kingdom Hearts 2 came around and Square Enix changed up their game a lot. The actual Gummy Ship world map was 3D, and it meant that you could actually control the little Gummy ship in between worlds to select whether you wanted to take the Gummy ship route to unlock that world, or whether you wanted to fly, you know, just directly to that world, to land in that world, you could. And it was sort of more interactive, I suppose you could say, and it sort of gave you that sort of, I suppose you could say, adventure feel. Even though it's nothing too overly major or anything like that, it was very nice to see, you know, the worlds in a 3D model, sort of, you know, floating there with the space effects in the background. It looked very nice. And obviously in Birth by Sleep, the same sort of thing returned with the 3D world map. The only thing is there was no Gummy ship routes or anything, but you could fly between the different worlds within the sort of galactic space map, I suppose you could call it. But anyway, so how's that going to work in Kingdom Hearts 3? Is it going to be the same as its predecessors, as Kingdom Hearts 2, as well as Birth by Sleep? So we've seen within the main installments that they generally change those sort of things up and make them feel a little bit different. Now I was actually thinking to myself the other day while I was, you know, just on Kingdom Hearts 2 and I was flying, you know, between the different worlds in the world map, I was thinking to myself, you know, a really cool idea to implement into Kingdom Hearts 3 to, you know, traverse between the different worlds and to fly, you know, and stuff like that in the world map selection area would be to implement the idea and the concept that Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time had. Now I know that I don't really know if you want to sort of consider the world map space itself. I'm going to say it is because, yeah, it looks like space. What else would it be? But yeah, like I really like the idea that Insomniac put into, you know, Ratchet & Clank. Now Ratchet & Clank took on the same sort of similar thing as Kingdom Hearts. Now you would basically just have this very basic menu and you just select, you know, what planet you'd want to go to, similar to how Kingdom Hearts 1 first worked. You know, but as sort of, I suppose you could say, Ratchet & Clank progressed up until it got up to, obviously, A Crack in Time, they changed that whole thing to the point where you actually fly through space and you can see this massive ass planet. Obviously, the gameplay footage that you guys are watching right now is how the sort of, that actually works. And I thought this would be a really neat idea to implement it into Kingdom Hearts. That way you know, sort of flying towards, say, you know, you've just come out of, let's say, Twilight Town and you want to fly to Neverland or something. On your way there, you're going to be, you know, fighting a lot of different sort of Heartless ships and Nobody ships and stuff like that. And I suppose you could say that the travel and the trip from one world to another would feel like an adventure, like you actually are flying there. But anyway, I thought I'd just bring this up because I love what they did with the Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time, and although they're probably, you know, Square Enix aren't going to fully, you know, completely change up the whole way the world map works, to the point where it's exactly like the Ratchet and Clank, because, you know, I doubt they'd do that. I like the whole idea that Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time had with their world map, actually being able to fly through space in your spaceship, and there was like enemies attacking you along the way. It actually felt like you were traveling through space to get to the other planet. I really liked that feeling, so I think something like that would be cool implemented in Kingdom Hearts 3. Obviously, you'd fly up to the routes that you'd take to get into that world, so the world map itself would be a huge interactive map like we see in Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time. You'd fly to that world, and that's where you'd enter the keyhole thing to traverse through that gummy ship route, and that's how you'd unlock the world. It's just an idea I had in mind. I think it's actually really, really cool, and like I mentioned, I like what they did with Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, so perhaps something like that could be implemented. Now, I know this is a very minuscule thing, but I thought I'd just mention it anyway to get your guys' feedback. What do you guys think about this idea? Something that's just really at the top of my head. So anyway, guys, if you've liked this idea, please like this video. It helps me out a lot. Leave your feedback in the comment section below, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.